Daniel Cormier has waited and wanted this rematch for over a year and a half. You learned about the news yesterday. You've slept on it. Daniel, you heard that right there. What are your opinions this morning, your feelings?
Man, it's again, Colin, it's still disappointing. Obviously, you can see the young man's hurting. You don't know exactly what he's going through, but obviously that was a mistake made in there. Whether it be purposely, whether it be something that they didn't know about, there was a mistake. And obviously, when the guy's hurting, but it's still disappointing for me because I prepared for this fight this weekend.
Has he reached out to you?
No, I have not spoken to Jon. Jon and I don't have that type of relationship.
Do you think you deserve a text or a call from him?
I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't know. Maybe in the spirit of sport, he could, but it's not necessary for me. I'm okay either way. I don't need that for me, one way or the other. It's a very important fight. I trained very hard for it for a long time, so it's disappointing, but I don't really need to hear from him.
If you found out it was a recreational drug or it was an HGH level drug, would it change the way you feel?
If it was something illegal, then obviously it would upset me because, I'm a guy that does things clean. I've competed clean my entire life from the Olympics to mixed martial arts, and I would expect that same courtesy from my opponents. It's not a recreational drug. That's one thing I can say as fact because, Colin, with USADA going all the way back to my wrestling days, they never test for recreational drugs out of competition.
Okay.
The only time they test for recreational drugs is when you are at the arena the 12 hours before the fight and 12 hours after the fight. That's it. They don't test for recreational drugs, so it can't be recreational. It has to be something that
He was trying to get an advantage unfairly, and he is fighting that today. You have been critical of him. You have been critical of his personality. And it looks like today, Daniel, you are right. Do you feel vindicated for your criticism of his personal choices?
No, Colin, this is the thing, man. We are all entitled to our own opinion, and those are my opinions about Jon. There is no, it doesn't make it fact. It just is, the fact that this happened kind of shows that some of the things I was saying is true, but it's just my opinion. I don't need vindication in Jon Jones failing. It's not like, it doesn't make me feel good. I've actually gotten that question from people. Oh, does this make it? It does not make me feel good. I've always said that at the end of the day, I don't want to see that guy suffer. My rivalry with him is personal, and as it's been for a long time, but in his life overall, I don't want to wish bad things on him.
Do you think he deserves another opportunity to fight you?
We have to see how this plays out, but I think in time, we've done this 4 times. Jon and I have been scheduled to fight, and we fought once. The very first fight, he pulled out of, then he beat me. Then I pulled out of the fight in April, and now this. This is a snake-bitten fight, man. It seems as though every time we're getting close to it happening, something just horribly goes wrong. So I think in time. But he has to see what happens with this, man. Mistake or no mistake, USADA does not play around, man. There will be a suspension, and he will have to abide by that.
This guy's taking money out of your pocket. How are you not mad?
Colin, I'm very upset. I'm very upset about the financials. That's it's disappointing. But I'm over here holding out hope that I'll get to fight someone else and hopefully defend my title and continue to build my legacy. That's just important, you know, and at the end of the day, Colin, and you know, you have kids, you have a family. I'm healthy, my family's healthy, and you know, we're fine. You know, making a whole bunch of money would be great, but it's not like we're not doing fine already. So I just got to keep my eye on the bigger prize, make sure I keep the real things that are important in life at the forefront, and everything else will fall into place.
Dana White has been reluctant to fully support Jon Jones promotionally. Many suspect this is why. Would it be fair to me to say this is why Dana White didn't build the UFC around Jon Jones?
I think that's a very fair statement. You know, there's been a number of occasions where, for lack of a better word, you know, he's kind of let the promotion down.
Yeah, he did.
And when that happens, it's very hard to put your faith in someone like that.
Yep.
You see the UFC's machine go full gold behind Ronda Rousey, behind Conor McGregor, and those guys, they hold up to their end of the bargain. You know, it's your job to show up and fight, and it's your job to always try to do the right thing. You know, so yes, I think it would be a fair statement to say that it's unfortunate because he's one of the most talented people that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because he can't get out of his own way.